Welcome back. I really hope you've had a lovely Christmas Day and Boxing Day. It's now the morning after Boxing Day, and I just thought I've just got ready, so that's why we look half decent. But I just thought I'll stop by, have a little chat about what's been going on the last few days, and just following on from a Christmas Eve video. And basically, do you remember I was telling you about the pub had emailed us to say we're looking forward to seeing you? They ended up calling me on Christmas Eve, and they gave us a refund for our deposit. And I told them about the email, and what they told me is basically they're a big pub chain, and not everybody's Christmas dinner was cancelled across the UK. So some people were getting their Christmas dinner, so it was just sent by error. So I just thought and I mentioned it to them because I thought, well, I said I hope nobody turns up thinking that you've got Christmas dinner for them. So that was the one thing. I've wrote some couple of notes actually because I knew I'd forget things. Oh, and then if you watch my Christmas Eve video, you will have seen that I've put table and leash. The table meant to be eating Christmas dinner on, but what you couldn't see in that shot is I was standing amongst many boxes. Now what had happened is during lockdown, my husband was using that conservatory to basically do his hobbies. He bought some second-hand DJ decks, he did them up, he was like soldering things, painting things and whatever. So when he eventually kind of shifted things out of there, I was left with a lot of rubbish. So it was basically everything he'd collected over lockdown had been put under this table. So I had a lot more to deal with than I thought. But my husband was down in the garden room doing things down there, and I was just in these boxes. And eventually it got dark, and the bulb has gone in the conservatory. It's still gone. We haven't replaced it yet. So it got too dark to basically clear it all up, and the tree didn't nearly happen. I know you will have seen the tree at the end, but eventually my husband got the floor protection up in the garden room, and there was space to get the tree. And I went up in the loft on my own, and I couldn't find the Christmas tree, the artificial one. We haven't used it for some years because we've been having a real one, and we've been having a fibre optic in the porch. Anyway, I found the 4-foot fibre optic tree, and I took that down. I said, this is all I can find. He said, it is up there. So then my husband tried to convince me there was no point, it was too late, and I begged him. I said, please go up and have a look. I really want this tree. I've been going on about it on my videos all month, and then really gone on about it Christmas Eve. I said, I think people are going to be really disappointed for me if I don't get this tree. Obviously I'm going to be really disappointed, and I think I've been doing this Vlogmas. I think people will be willing to see a Christmas tree for me at the end. So he went up there begrudgingly, I think, but he did do it, and he got it down. Anyway, we got the tree down there. Anyway, the tree's in 3 parts. It's quite clever because old artificial trees, you'd have to put all the individual spokes on it, but this one, it's literally 3 pieces you piece together, and it kind of flops down and you kind of bush it up. Anyway, I got the stand out, unscrewed the things, got the first bit in, and it looked absolutely massive. And you could see where we wanted to put the tree, it was just going to be too big. And he said, Claire, we can't have that up, it's just going to be too big, we haven't got the room for it with everything else we've got in here. I was like, oh no, but it felt like everything was getting in your way. And so I was a bit deflated. I put it all back in the box, really struggled getting it back in the box. And then I had this brainwave, and I thought, what if I only use the 2 smaller bits of the tree? So I omitted the larger piece that you put in the base first, because I thought, well, the things at the bottom, you just screw them in. So I literally just used the middle bit of the tree and the top bit, and you know what, it fit the space perfectly. And because it was quite small, it only needed 1 set of lights, and I've got loads of decorations I've made, so it was only really a snippet of the decorations I've made. I put on this tree. But it was nice because I just put homemade things on it, and basically I've put so many handmade decorations back in the loft. We've had very little out really this year because apart from Santa and the angel and that's been sitting in my porch, everything I've made that's been in my porch I've made this year. So it was only things I've made previous that went down in the garden room. But I got the tree and it was so late, and I was just absolutely exhausted. Like normally when I was doing Vlogmas, I wouldn't film till that late. I'd get to a certain point in the day and I think, right, that's it now, and then if anything happens I'll talk about it tomorrow. But it was meant to be the end of Vlogmas, wasn't it? So I just thought, oh gosh, I've got to get this tree, and I filmed in there. Like, we're not totally finished in the garden room. Basically, all the floor protection that was down, my husband has kept and he's put it under the pool table. And that was the massive thing. We needed to get this garden room ready because the pool table was a Christmas present for all the boys. So we needed it ready, but we did. We got obviously it in time. But all the floor protection now is underneath the pool table because the toilet isn't finished, basically. There's a lot, and my husband is down there. He's working in it today. He's doing something in the toilet area. But it wasn't too bad. When we needed the toilet, we just came back up to the house. But what happened is, Christmas morning, we did all the presents and things, and we did them in the house. We didn't go down to the garden room at first plan because we thought, oh, we'll have to get things down there, get things back up again. But we had one hell of a mess in the conservatory. So, and a lot of it I couldn't really sort myself because it was my husband's belongings, but we had a good go in there, like tidying and cleaning, and it turns out we'd got a bit on the conservatory, places we couldn't see, we'd got a bit of black mould, so it wasn't that healthy. I think what's happened is we get a lot of water, being a kitchen leading onto conservatory, and there's not been much ventilation in there, so we've had to put the dehumidifier in there to try and get the moisture, clean the mould off things, but it did come off luckily. But so we could have been sitting there breathing in harmful air while we're having our Christmas dinner. But we got to a point, I said to my husband, we've got to start doing the dinner. So he said he'll carry on cleaning. So the boys were down in the garden room playing pool and enjoying themselves. My youngest son's present, something that we'd bought for him individually, that hadn't turned up. It was something that was out of stock, came back in stock. I did a next day delivery and it didn't come, but it's come today. It's come this morning, even though it's Sunday. Royal Mail delivered it today. That's incredible, isn't it? So he's got that today, luckily. But I basically got cracking with the Christmas dinner. My husband was meant to be helping, but he couldn't because he was cleaning. And my eldest son was going to be doing the stuffing, but I'd managed to get ready-made stuffing balls with like little cranberries in it, which was really nice actually. So I did end up doing all of the Christmas dinner. I basically lay the table, got all the Christmas dinner done. Christmas Eve, my in-laws came over with half a turkey and an old fridge that they didn't want, and that went in the garden room. And my parents came out round after. What it is, I felt, oh gosh, my parents, they were lovely as well, because it's really nice my in-laws giving us that old. They did say, oh look, we were just chucking it out, we're getting rid of it anyway, but it's really nice of them to give it us, isn't it? And actually the doors on the garden room are for my in-laws as well, because there were doors that they didn't want. They were I think they had to put them in to get something passed off, and they really didn't want them, and they took them off, and they were just basically unwanted, and they've let us have those for the garden room. So if you've seen the wooden doors on there, and then my parents phoned saying, oh, we've got a load of Christmas napkins, do you want them? And I said, oh yes please. I said, you haven't got any Christmas crackers, have you? Because my parents were going to be eating Christmas dinner at home on their own. If they'd bought crackers, I know there'd only be 2 of them, they'd only need 1 or 2 crackers. I thought if I bought a box of 6, they might have some going spare, and I just thought it'd be some for the boys. Anyway, I said, no, we didn't buy any this year. But guess what they did after that phone call? They only went to Morrison's and they bought some Christmas crackers. So they did have some for themselves and they gave the rest to us. And we've still got some left, so we're going to have them for New Year's Day dinner. So that worked out okay. So we got, basically, it all was sorted. I got the Christmas dinner, I got it all cooked on time, on my own, got it on there, on the table. My husband got the cleaning done, and we were just basically we was exhausted, you know. But it was nice. I really got to have a sit down on Christmas Day, late in the afternoon. My parents came round and we did the presents, and we watched a film. I thought, what did we watch now? I can't remember what we ended up watching, but yeah, it all went well in the end. And then Boxing morning, my husband said, oh, do you want to nip out and get a few bits, because we basically wanted some curtains for the garden room, just so when we're sitting in there at night we don't feel like we're being looked at or we're just sitting there on the sofa, because it was quite funny. My husband was feeling a little bit chilly on Christmas night, and I'd got a dressing gown and I put it on him like a blanket, and he goes, but what if someone sees me? I was, oh, don't worry about that. I said, you know, because you think like the neighbours back of the house might be looking in and see you like lying on the sofa. So we went out Boxing morning to basically, which was yesterday morning, to see if there was any curtains in the sale. So we've got some curtains, we've hung them up. But my husband couldn't put we tried to do it so I wouldn't have to make any alterations, but he couldn't put the curtain pole up as high as the curtains need because of the supporting beams. So I've got to take 3 inches off the curtains. So I've unpicked the lining a few inches up from the curtain yesterday, and today the plan is I'm going to be taking my sewing machine down to the garden room and try, because I haven't got like a table to work in there, and really the weight of the curtains, I'm going to have them on the floor, and I'm going to basically sew them. I might do a bit of hand stitching, but the lining I will have to make smaller, and I'll definitely do that on the machine. And I might even do the hem on the main bit of the curtains. I might do a blind stitch or something. So yeah, I've got all that to do now. So my projects that I kind of want to do I kind of put aside, but I told my husband my machine is set up for free motion embroidery at the moment. You know, I've been working on my pot, and here and there the last couple of days I've managed to do some free motion stars. I can do the whole thing if I want to, but I think I'm just going to do this kind of area because it's the bit of the pot that when I do it will hang over. So as long as you can kind of see a little bit hanging over, maybe I'll do a few more at the bottom. But I've said to my husband, I want to really finish doing the free motion stars first because I'm set up for free motion embroidery. Then when I'll turn it back to a regular sewing machine again, I'll get it down to the garden room and I'll start sorting out the curtains today. But I've got to go out to the co-op this morning because we haven't been getting milk deliveries off the milkman. We've virtually ran out of milk, so I've got to go and get some milk, and I'm going to get some pop and things as soon as I've finished filming here. So that's where we're going on with that. What else? Is there anything? The heating for the garden room. My neighbour came round on Christmas Eve. We ended up having a Chinese. Remember me telling you we had a Chinese? While my husband went to get the Chinese, my neighbour came round and he was sorting out the problem with the heating, and he kept tripping the switch. So I had to keep going in the thing in the house because he kept on being in darkness and flicking it up and flicking it up. But we got the heating ready Christmas Eve. That was done. I've looked up rom-com because I didn't know what rom-com was. And you probably know what it means, but I didn't. And it means it's either a film or TV, and it's a romantic comedy. So that's what Mandy was going on about, a website. So those are all my notes. And you know what I was going on about? There's some people, their tradition is putting their tree up on Christmas Eve, and I didn't feel too bad about it. I didn't get it up till Christmas Eve. Well, I've looked it up, and it turns out that's how it used to be. That people, when the Christmas trees all first started, that is when you'd put up your Christmas tree. You would collect your Christmas tree on Christmas Eve, you would decorate it, and then obviously Christmas Day is classed as the first day of Christmas, and then obviously Christmas was the last for 12 days. Everybody, I did already know this, that everybody would be off for the 12 days of Christmas. And that's why, because I never used to understand why you took your Christmas Day down on a certain date. So that's what it is. Christmas Day is classed as first one, you count your 12 days, and then you take your tree down. So I don't feel so bad now that it's 2 years out of all the years of doing Christmas trees, I didn't get my Christmas tree up till Christmas Eve, because it's kind of like how it used to be when Christmas trees came around. So I don't feel so bad about it. And I know some people do get a little bit fed up of Christmas decorations. I personally don't, but you'd get less chance to get fed up of them, wouldn't you, if you because some people, I think I've heard of taking them down Boxing Day or the day after Boxing Day or New Year's Day and things. I'm a bit traditional where I like to leave mine up for the 12 days, but ideally I like it up early December and all through December is in my ideal world. But that's how it is. Now, I'm going to log off again in a minute. I don't know if I'll post this video up at this point. Maybe I will, I don't know. But what I might do, if you're interested, is I did have for Christmas, people asked me what do you want for Christmas, and I sent people a few links, and the only things I asked for was sewing related things or craft related things. Surprise, surprise. And I have had a number of things, and I'd just be wondering if you'd be interested in seeing some of the things that I've had craft related for Christmas. And I did get a machine, but what I might do is I'm definitely going to show that in my videos. I haven't got it out the box yet. You might have spied it in this video. I did a little snippet of my buttons, one of my cats on my landing, and my gift is in shot. I think I put some little words up, I think spy my Christmas present or something. I'm going to do an unboxing on that, so I haven't even got it out the box yet, but I don't really want to get it out the box till I get chance to do a proper unboxing and I get chance to use it. And because it's for garment sewing, I'd planned on finishing my pot and then go straight into making a garment. But now I've got to, well, I'm not going to finish my pot, I'm going to just do the embroidery on my pot, sew curtains, adjust curtains, and then come back and finish my pot, and then garment making. So that's where I'm at with my crafty life at the moment. I hope you're having a real lovely time and having a lovely break. Hopefully I come across a little bit calmer now than I did. I do feel a little bit panicked because I thought, I can kind of breathe a little bit, but now I'm thinking I've got to get these curtains, and obviously once I get them down, I've just got to get them done because it's going to cause mayhem, isn't it? But I really hope that you've enjoyed having a little bit of a catch up and a bit of a follow on what's been going on. I think I've told you everything that I wanted to tell you. So yeah, I'm going to pop off now and go to the co-op, and I'll be back soon, maybe with some of my Christmas presents if you'd like to see them. Definitely an unboxing, and there's also some refashions I want to do. I've got quite a big top my mum gave me that she doesn't wear that I'd really like to turn into a garment, something that fits me. Basically this style of top, I wouldn't wear it anyway, so there's no point just adjusting it to fit me because it's not my kind of thing, and it's off the shoulder, and I do a lot of things, and off the shoulder doesn't really suit me because I'm quite an active person with doing things, and I find them a little bit restricting. I've got a dress that I bought online once that I've never worn, and I did think about altering this dress to keep it as a dress, but now I think I'm going to do something else with it, so that's going to be up and coming. And also I buy a digital magazine. I buy 2 digital magazines, Sew Magazine and Love Sewing. Now, they kind of caught up a little bit on me. You know, new issues, I hadn't been reading them because of Christmas, you know, build up. And I look back and it's 3 issues ago, and I might put a photograph on the screen. I found this pattern, right? And I'm going to put the pictures up because I know I've took screenshots of it. And do you know, when you see this pattern, I think, this is my mum. You know, that is so my mum, what my mum wears. And I thought, gosh, I would love to make that. My mum's birthday is in February, and I know I'm kind of giving this away because my mum does watch my videos, but I would love to make my mum that for her birthday. So I thought, well, great, I've got the magazine, but do you think I can actually find the pattern? I had a look on the magazine website to see if you can download it. There's no sign of it anywhere. I've tried to physically buy the pattern, and I did see like I think one on eBay, but then when I clicked on it, it wouldn't load. So I've ended up going onto a magazine selling site, and I've actually ordered the physical copy of the magazine. It doesn't tell me if I'm actually going to get the physical patterns, you know, when you get the patterns that come in a packet when you see them in the shops. So I'm basically buying this magazine for a second time, but in print, hoping I'm going to get this pattern. And I don't even know if I'm going to get it, so I might end up with the same magazine twice, one print, one digital, and still not have this pattern. So fingers crossed for me. I only ordered it last night, so we'll just see what happens. So anyway, I'm definitely going to go now. I hope you like seeing that pattern I'd like to make for my mum, and I'll be back soon with a bit more antiques and things. So I'll see you soon. Bye.